Name. Okay, so we'll get started. Okay, it's always good to have a hearty laugh before we board a flight, right? So let's get started with the meeting. So today is a very special day for us, right? And the people of the Gabbys, the members of the Gabbys, they know the reason why is it a special day for us. For the benefit of the guests, we are elated that the Gabbys Toastmasters Club is one of the top 10 clubs of the district. Give me one second. The Gabbys Toastmasters Club is one of the top 10 clubs of the entire world, and the top club of India when it comes to the number of education awards that were filed. So in this last program year, the Gabbys Toastmasters Club has filed 92 education awards, and that's the highest that any club has filed in India. So that is a very spectacular achievement, and I would want to thank everyone of the Gabbys Toastmasters Club and also all the members of the Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club. I was reading one very interesting news item today on the official international Facebook page. How many of you have heard the name of this club, the first club of Madagascar? The first club of Madagascar. Have you heard the name of this club, the Toastmaster Club? Any of the seasoned Toastmasters? You know what's special about this club? Anyone? So this is the first club of Madagascar, literally. And this club grew to such strengths that they have now multiplied themselves to 4 clubs within a period of few years. And as one of the district directors wrote there, I think there is no bigger testimony of the strength of any club than the fact that you can actually create more clubs out of your club. That's how powerful and how strong you become. And the Gabbys Online Club is a very good example of that. When we started off with 23 members, the next year we became 32, 36, 39, 55. And then we thought that it's time for us to have another club, a club which meets on a different day so that people like a lot of our members like Rohita, Sanjana, who are working or who are students, they find it more convenient to attend these meetings on the weekday evening rather than on Saturday mornings. With that thought, we got started with this club. And today we have the installation ceremony of the very first executive committee of the Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club. These are the charter officers of the club. These are the people who are responsible for this club being in existence. We also have on the agenda a pathbreaker speech by one of the charter officers themselves. And we also have table topics. So there's a lot that's coming up your way. So please stay tuned. Now, before I hand over to the TMOD, as I said, we'll have an installation ceremony. So let me first invite our installation officer. I have the pleasure of welcoming on stage the installation officer for the executive committee of the Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club, the first executive committee of the Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club. The installation officer is no one other than our homegrown division director, distinguished Toastmaster, Nagesh Ramamurthy. He is the division director of Division B, District 92, and I have a full formal introduction of him, but I don't want to introduce anyone that way. The reason, the most important thing that I can think of about Nagesh, something that really struck me from the very beginning, is he is probably one of the best examples of herding the cats without making a lot of noise. One of the most gentle, soft, yet firm professional that I have come across. Someone who's always in command, but never imposes himself, never comes across as someone who's super self-imposing. But you'll be regretting if you mistake that softness for his weakness, because that's his strength. So please welcome, with a big round of applause, the Division Director, Division B, District 92, the Installation Officer for today, Distinguished Toastmaster Nagesh Ramamurthy, the President of the Gabbys Toastmasters Club. Over to you, TTM Nagesh.
Thank you, DTM Sourav. Toastmasters, am I audible? Thank you so much. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. Thank you for choosing me as the first installation officer of this particular club. I'm so very privileged and elated today. I'll read out the list of the officers who are going to be installed, and I request all of them to come on camera. Okay.
Priyanka has to come on camera.
Who's on camera?
I'm on camera.
Yeah, Priyanka is on camera. Sanjana is on camera. Neha, Karthik, everyone is on camera.
Pranav is not there.
Pranav,
I'm there.
can you come on camera?
On camera.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much. Toastmasters and guests, I'm here to install the Gabbys online Toastmaster Club officers and prepare for them for the challenges that are ahead for them in the term July to December 2023. Following are the officers who are being elected to be in the club committee. Sergeant at Arms Pranav Pothan, Secretary Sanjana Garai, Treasurer Shrilakshmi Hegde, PPPR Sourav Dutta, DTM, PP Membership Priyanka Renore, PP Education Karthik Venugopal, and the President Toastmaster Neha Jain. You 7 officers, your collective challenge is to strengthen this club and dedicate your efforts in helping people from all walks of life. 1 second, please. All walks of life, so that they speak effectively, listen with sensitivity, and passionately lead every member of the club. As officers, each one of you are obliged to attend club executive meetings, attend district-sponsored club officers training from Toastmasters Leadership Institute, prepare a club successor or your successor in your respective office. Now, as I install each officer, my request moderator to spotlight them one by one. As I briefly describe the challenges that each officer must meet the responsibility in his or her office, I request every officer to hold a pen of their choice, which will signify the symbol of leadership in your right hand or your dominant hand. Moderator, please spotlight Pranav Pothan. Take a moment, pick up a pen, not a problem. Thank you so much. Toastmaster Pranav Pothan, as Sergeant at Arms, your responsibilities would include arrange and ready the virtual room for club meetings and events, maintain all club equipments in order, set up virtual room before the meeting begins, take care of the waiting room and allow only those who are authorized to attend the meetings, lock the meeting room whenever it is necessary once the meeting commences, ensure to take care of online meeting controls and meeting recording wherever needed, greet the guests, help the president make sure that the meeting begins on time. Toastmaster Pranav Pothan, will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will perform.
Thank you so much. Moderator, please spotlight Toastmaster Sanjana Garai.
Sanjana Garai or treasurer?
We'll do the secretary.
Okay. 1 second, please.
Toastmaster Sanjana Garai as secretary, you're expected to maintain an accurate membership roster, work with the treasurer to ensure that new membership applications and dues get to the Toastmaster International World Headquarters as soon as possible, work with treasurer to submit your club semi-annual reports, also note down the attendance of the meetings and provide the club with minutes of each meeting. Toastmaster Sanjana Garai, will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Thank you so much. Moderator, please spotlight Shrilakshmi Hegde. Toastmaster Shrilakshmi Hegde, as treasurer, you are expected to prepare the club budget and keep financial records, work with PP membership to announce when it is time for members to pay the dues, collect the dues, work with the secretary to ensure that club submits dues on time to Toastmasters International. Toastmaster Shrilakshmi Hegde, will you please perform these duties to best of your ability? Can you unmute and say?
I do.
Thank you so much. Moderator, please spotlight yourself. DTM Sourav Dutta, as VP Public Relation, you're expected to attract visitors to the club through publicity. Use variety of means to promote the club and its members in as many mediums as possible and as much as possible. Enlist few of your fellow members in PR activities, provide them with promotional materials and ideas for inviting guests. And also regularly recognize members' achievements with methods such as announcements, club newsletters, emails, and so on and so forth. DTM Sourav Dutta, will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
I will.
Thank you. The moderator, please spotlight Toastmaster Priyanka Ranor. Toastmaster Priyanka Ranore, as VP membership, you're expected to lead the club membership building efforts, help members with any requirement during their journey at Toastmasters, listen to their grievances and provide additional support if need be. While VPPR will motivate people to visit the club, you motivate the members to invite more guests. Promptly work with members for their membership applications and dues with secretary and treasurer. Personally greet guests and provide them with guest information and membership application details about Toastmasters International. Represent your club in area and district council meetings. Toastmaster Priyanka Ranori, will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
I will.
Thank you so much. The moderator, please spotlight Toastmaster Karthik Venugopal. Thank you. Toastmaster Karthik Venugopal, as Vice President Education, you're expected to gain commitments from members to set educational goals for themselves, assure that club members are aware of schedule of meeting roles, plan meeting that will assist members in meeting their individual goals, work with club members to keep meeting well run, work with your members to ensure that they submit their application for educational awards promptly, represent your club at area and district council meetings. and as the second highest ranking officer, preside over the club meetings when president is unavailable. Toastmaster Karthik Venugopal, will you perform these duties to the best of your ability?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Moderator, please spotlight Toastmaster Neha Jain. Toastmaster Neha Jain, as the president of the Gabbys Toastmasters, Online Toastmasters Club, you are the chief executive officer. Hence, you will preside at all club meetings and all meetings of the club executive committee. You will see that club adds new members and meets the needs of its current members to achieve their communication and leadership goals. Establish a club climate that is very supportive, stimulating, rewarding to all its members. Realize that amongst various resources available for your commitments towards the goals that you have, you also have fellow club members, officers team, your area director, your division director, and the officers of District 92 of Toastmaster International to assist you. Toastmaster Neha Jain, you hold that pen as a symbol of the power and the authority that the club has given you during your term of office. And I am confident that you will use your power and authority wisely and with restraint. You are a member of your team as well as a leader. Your club is an emotional force. People come here with various needs, requirements, and emotions. As a leader, you will work with your team members to create a healthy, dynamic club, a club which we will continue to be proud of. Toastmaster Neha Jain, as the member of the Gabbys Online Toastmaster Club, as well as its leader, will you work with your executive team and the club members to make this club more vibrant and a rewarding club in this term and help each one individually with honesty, loyalty, and empathy?
Yes, I will. Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Now, dear club members of the Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club, please turn on your videos and raise your right hand. Give another 5 seconds. Please come on video, the members. Your officer team has pledged to serve the club to the best of their ability, to the best Toastmasters Club possible, and to meet the needs of all its members. Your club will need active participation from each one of you. Do you as member pledge to work with your officers team to make the Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club the finest Toastmasters Club it can be? You can unmute and respond.
We do.
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 Thank you so much. By the authority vested in me as the installation officer today and the Division B director at District 92, it's my pleasure to declare these Toastmasters officers installed to their respective club offices. Please join me in extending a very warm welcome to these officers for the term July 2023 to December 2023. Unmute and please give them a big round of applause. Now, may I invite Madam President Toastmaster Neha Jain to take the stage. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nagesh, for presiding over the installation ceremony and letting us know what our roles and responsibilities are. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and the members of the LGBTQ+ community, the Gabbys has always emphasized on being inclusive from today onwards, whenever we address a gathering, let's not just stop at ladies and gentlemen, but also include ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and the members of the LGBTQ plus community. A very blissful evening to one and all present in this meeting. When I retrospect my journey at the Gabbys, I joined Gabbys on the 1st of October 2022. It has been 9 months, and trust me when I say this, there has been no looking back since then. I've become a much confident speaker. I've become better with my content, completed one whole path, been the contest master for the area and division contest, emceed at one of the biggest events of the Toastmasters in District 92, Coronation 2023. But why am I saying all this today all of a sudden? Simply to prove a point that this journey has been splendid, fantabulous, fantastic, and exhilarating for me. I owe it all to the one-of-a-kind club that I decided to be part of, the Gabbys. Right from the charter members of the Gabbys Club, the charter members of the Gabbys Online Club, to the newest member that joined the Gabbys Online family yesterday, Toastmaster Shilpi. Each one of you bring in a lot of positive energy and enthusiasm that makes me look at all of you and smile, learn, and cheer for each one of you. And now it's time for the Gabbys Online EXCOM committee to buckle up with the heads held high and be there and be the reason for the growth of each and every member of the Gabbys family. It might be 2 clubs for the rest of the world, but we are and we always will be one big fat family. I sure couldn't have asked for a better EXCOM team. The super duper energetic and agile Karthik Venugopal. He sure is a backbone in true sense for the Gabbys Online. Every time I need some information, he's always there to provide me with it. And extremely thoughtful and diligent, Priyanka Renore. She surprises me with her resilience. Oh my God. She didn't just be the club, contest chair for 1 contest, 2 contests, not even 3, but 4 contests in a row. That itself is a commendable example for her resilience and hard work. And now, what do I say about the next person? The man who saw the capability in me for being the president of this club, pushed me forward when I was in 2 minds with all my arms and ahas. The extremely versatile, distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta. And young and dynamic, someone with a lot of potential, the secretary of the Gabbys Online Club, Sanjana Garai. Hardworking and reliable Toastmaster Shrilakshmi Hegde. And last but not the least, someone who's always pumped up with energy and has a very good knack for humor, Toastmaster Pranav Pothan. Can we all unmute ourselves and give a huge round of applause? Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, lost.
Yeah, voice is tricky.
Now we lost.
Better now?
Neha, your voice is getting faded away. Could you please try again?
Your voice is breaking.
Neha, if possible, connect via phone. This is a problem with the system.
What happened? Did we lose Neha?
Yeah, I think we lost Leha. Can we move
Yeah.
on with the next agenda?
Sure, I'll move on with the agenda. So I'll take over as the presiding officer. I'll
Sure.
continue as the presiding officer rather till the time Neha joins back. So congratulations to all the Gabbys, newly installed officers of the Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club. Heartiest congratulations from the Gabbys Toastmasters Club and from the division. And as a member of the division council, I congratulate you and I thank you for stepping up and playing these roles. With this, let me get started with the meeting today. And for that, I'm going to invite someone who has joined our club very recently. Very recent. I think she's just a month old or a couple of months old in the club, if I'm not wrong. But already she has stolen hearts. And we saw a very interesting side of hers in the last meeting where she handled a project called Managing Difficult Audience. And the little bubbly girl that we thought is going to get scared by all the bullying that was happening around her actually held her fort and fought back and held up her nerves so well that she impressed everyone and won our hearts. So please welcome with a big round of applause our Toastmaster of the day for today, Toastmaster Devayani Nair. Toastmaster Devayani is a student and she is a very passionate Toastmaster who has already completed her level 4, right, Devayani? Level 4 in Toastmaster pathways. So welcome, Devayani, and over to you.
Thank you so much. That was a lovely introduction. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and the members of the LGBTQ community. Welcome on board flight number 4 of the Gabbys Online Toastmaster Club. This is your captain speaking. Your cabin crew is here to ensure that you have an enjoyable flight on this lovely evening. Okay, I think Indigo should already hire me now. So my first flight was when I was 3 months old. I was no bigger than this. I had my first flight with someone who was also having her first flight, my grandmother. Oh, it's one of my mother's favorite stories to tell because how anxious my grandma looked. We have this one picture together. In that, my grandmother looks very visibly anxious and nervous. And then there's me, who's like a size of a bean. And I was completely covered in clothes and only my eyes were seen. I don't remember my first flight experience, which is sad, but does anyone here remember how it was, how their first flight was, when they took it, and what was it for? Would anyone like to share their story about this? Toastmaster Devashish. Okay, Toastmaster Sourav, please do share your story of your first flight.
So my first flight was to Guwahati in Assam, and my mom was in the Ministry of Defense. So she was in this, she was working for one of the agencies, and I still don't know which agency she used to work for. So we were going there, and at that point of time, there was some insurgency happening in Assam. So when we went there, we actually went with full military coverage. And I remember when we got down from the flight, there was a convoy waiting outside. And, this entire excitement of flight got vanished immediately because there's a new excitement that came in, right? I mean, those kind of scenes you only get to see in the movies. And there was someone standing right outside the toilet when you're going to use the restroom. So the first flight became a very forgettable experience because of the post-flight landing. But the second flight, when we were coming back, we actually realized that, this is a life-changing experience. After that, I've traveled all across the world, various kind of airlines, but that memory of the first flight has never faded away because, traveling with my family, with my mom, with my dad, with my sister, that still continues to be one of the most cherished moments in my life. Thank you, Devayani.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Toastmaster Padika, you have raised your hand.
Hi, Devayani. Yes. So my first flight experience is I missed my first flight. my very first flight. I missed it. And I still remember it was in, am I audible? Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you. Yes.
Yeah, all right. So okay. So it was in Bhubaneswar. I need to take a flight from Bhubaneswar to Bangalore. And I was just joined my first company at TCS after my college. And I was in a training period. So I was like all excited to go and visit my family. However, unfortunately, the auto man has been like taking all of us to round and round. We are looking for where is airport in Bhubaneswar. So we spent literally 1 to 2 hours searching for an airport. And we don't have that kind of very good Google Maps during that time. I was talking about like 13, 14 years before. And finally, when I reached the airport, when I asked what about my flight, they said, look out over there. It's already on the runway. So I literally dropped down and I was like, okay, what to do? Then I went to a counter. I got an open ticket and I was like all, I had tears on my eyes that I missed my very first flight. And, it's more of an exhaustion as well because look, we were like running for around 2 hours and then we find it. Then with that kind of exhaustion, I got into the flight finally. But yeah, I think I'll never ever forget my very first experience. Someone who missed the flight itself. Yeah.
I can't believe that you missed your first ever flight. That's an achievement on its own. I see Toastmaster Karthik. Please share your experience on your first flight.
Okay, so my first flight was to Pune, and I was going with my friend. It was all fine. Flight took off, and in between, plane started shaking. It was turbulence, and I didn't know how to take it. I thought I'm flight is going to crash somewhere, and I see others were all like very calm. I mean, they were not at all tensed, but I was the only person tensed due to turbulence. And even now, sometimes whenever turbulence happens, I do get tensed. So I do get scared due to turbulence a lot. And even now, yeah, somewhat improved. But with my first flight, I remember the experience of handling the turbulence. Yeah, that was my experience.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't know. I absolutely love turbulence for some reason. The dip, it's very exciting to me. Toastmaster Nageshwaran and Toastmaster Devashish, I shall get back to you and we love to hear about your first flight stories a little bit later. So airports. For me, it is the place where I am so terrified because of flight cancellations, one, and two, Uber cancellations. And somehow for me, one of them almost always cancels. Or maybe it's because I fly go first sometimes. Airports to me are also one of those places where you begin questioning a lot of things about yourself. You see pretty air hostesses, example Toastmaster Rohita, and handsome pilots, and you question your looks. You see people reading books, and then you question your intellect. And the worst of all, you see important people dressed up like Toastmaster Karthik and Toastmaster Sourav, traveling with their briefcases, and you question your entire existence. Having said that, I love airports. I think they represent an epitome of human achievements. Machines made out of steel and aluminum that fly and almost magically take you places thousands of miles away in a matter of hours. That's almost as close to teleportation, I think, that would ever be in our lifetime. Before we start getting away with our first flight stories and more to come, I'd love to explain you how a Toastmaster meeting works. So every Toastmaster meeting is divided into 3 parts. The first part is the prepared speech section, where the members prepare a speech in advance, get it mentored, and deliver it the same. The second part is an impromptu session called the table topics, where everyone, including the new members and guests, can participate. And third part is the most important evaluation session, where we will learn how to improve ourselves with our speakers. Let me now invite you, the general evaluator, to explain his role. Our Sergeant at Arms has already introduced him. It is none other than distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta, our GE for today. Over to you.
Thank you so much. As the general evaluator for today, I've already started evaluating the meeting even before the meeting started. So as a general evaluator, my job is to make observations about the meeting, during the meeting, and before the meeting, and even after the meeting. Though what I will be sharing is only till what I've observed during the meeting. As a general evaluator, I observe all aspects of the meeting, what has been done and not done as per order. And for doing that, for any club meeting, we need a team to look at the various aspects closely. So on this team today, I have got a timer, an R counter, and a grammarian. Our timer for today is Toastmaster Samita Kar. Toastmaster Samita has 30 plus years of experience in the academia. Is a principal and now a trainer. She's the mother of 2 wonderful children, and one of them, her son Sourav, introduced her to Toastmasters. Thanks to Sourav. And yes, she is another speech crafter who is now all set to become a Toastmaster. Samita says, I'm enjoying the journey, looking forward to the process of becoming a captivating speaker. Over to you, Toastmaster Samita, to please explain your role and also explain the timing protocols. And yes, please show the cards as well and let us know how will you be showing the cards. You're on mute, Samita.
Thank you. So today there will be a pathbreaker speech where it is for 10 to 12 minutes. When it is 10 minutes, I'll be showing a green card. 11 minutes, I'll be showing an yellow card. And after 12 minutes, I'll be showing this red card. Also, there will be table topics, which is for 1 to 2 minutes. Green card will be at 1 minute. Yellow card at 1.30 seconds, 1 minute 30 seconds, and red card after 2 minutes. That's all from my side.
Samita, would you also mention the timing for evaluation as well?
Yeah, just a minute.
It is 2 to 3 minutes.
Evaluation is for 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah. So 2 minutes green card, 2 minutes 30 seconds yellow, and 3 minutes red card.
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Samita. Toastmaster Samita is one of the newest members of the Gabbys and very, very enthusiastic participant. She has been the same as a speech crafter as well. Thank you, Toastmaster Samita, for joining the Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club. Moving on, we have the R counter for today, Toastmaster Vijaya Lakshmi CD. Toastmaster Vijaya, are you there? Can I? Yeah, she's there. Yeah. Our R counter for today is Toastmaster Vijaya Lakshmi CD. Toastmaster Vijaya is a fun-loving person and an enthusiastic learner who loves to learn and improve herself at every step of life. She's a patent engineer and has worked as a lecturer and a patent engineer at various law firms before taking a break to explore the other aspects of life. For example, Toastmasters. Now she's on a new journey of making life more creative and look forward to learn, unlearn, and enjoy what life brings in its store. Over to you, Toastmaster Vijaya, as the R counter, to please explain your role in this meeting.
Thank you, DTM Sourav Dutta. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. The purpose of the R counter is to note words and sounds that are used as crutch words or filler words by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for overused words like and, well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen for filler sounds like etc. I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or a phrase such as I, or this means, etc. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times that each speaker has used these expressions. Thank you. Over to you, DTM Sourav Dutta.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vijaya. And now I have the pleasure of welcoming our grammarian for today. And the reason I'm so happy about it is because she is one of my most favorite grammarians. Toastmaster Rohita Balagopal. She has a vast experience in various fields. She started off her career as a cabin crew, working with 2 of the biggest airlines companies in the world. How an appropriate theme for her to be the grammarian today. Jet Airways and then Qatar. Post that, she worked with Kaya Skin Clinic in Muscat for more than a decade. Currently, Rohita is the engagement lead for Image Consulting Business Institute, Bangalore. And here's the most exciting trivia about Rohita. She has been one of the most sought after grammarians of the Gabbys, and she's back now for a second stint in Toastmasters, introducing one of the most brilliant grammarians we have had at the Gabbys Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Rohita Balagopal.
Thank you very much for the introduction, G. So as a grammarian today, I will be paying close attention to the appropriate use of the English language. And I will be all ears for all the enriched words that are used and the figures of speech, the rhetorical devices, and also pay close attention to any grammatical errors or improvement in pronunciation. And at the end of the meeting, I will present my grammarian's report. So as the grammarian today, I would also like to present the word of the day. The word of the day is wanderlust. Wanderlust to do with travel. So to go with the theme, the meaning of the word wanderlust means a strong desire to travel. So if you use it in a sentence, it would be a man consumed by wanderlust might just take off at the drop of a hat. You could also say, oh, she suffers from wanderlust and frequently just likes to vanish to some journey. So the word of the day is wanderlust, and I encourage everybody to use the word. Thank you. I hand over back to G.
Thank you so much, Rohita. You just, the reason again I'm smiling is because this word wanderlust is such a favorite word of mine. I actually have it as a tattoo on me. It's a tattoo on my left arm. And thank you so much for this very beautiful word of the day. So that was my tag team, Toastmasters and guests, the timer, the accountant, and the grammarian. And together we will be back along with the project evaluator at the end of the meeting when invited by the Toastmaster of the day to do so, for presenting my evaluation and the evaluation of my team. Over to you, our very vibrant Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Devayani Nair.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Just as you do in immigration counters, I request everyone to please come on camera. And before we take off, I'd love to ask Toastmaster Nageshwaran to please share his first flight story. I couldn't, Toastmaster or guest, Nageshwaran, Nagaraj? I think Toastmaster Devashish also had raised his hand. Toastmaster Devashish? Okay, I see a celebration emoji. Anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and members of the LGBTQ community, the Gabbys Online Toastmaster Club welcomes you to the prepared speech section. The local time is 8:15. For your safety and the safety of others around you, please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened and keep the eyes clear until we are parked at the gate after this pathbreaker speech. The evaluator for this speech is a certified image consultant and a soft skill trainer by profession. Her interest in public speaking and leadership skills made her join Toastmasters. She's a double Triple Crown winner and a double pathbreaker. She is the founder of Imaginative Image Consulting Services. The evaluator for today is Toastmaster Shrilakshmi Hegde. Please give us the guidelines, Ms. Samita.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Devayani. My target speaker, Toastmaster Pranav Pothan, he is attempting his icebreaker speech. Sorry, his pathbreaker speech. I'm really sorry for this. Sorry, Pranav. I'm very sorry for his pathbreaker speech. Attempting his last pathbreaker speech in his current path. The purpose of this project is for member to reflect on her path during the completion of an entire path, and another is the purpose of the speech is for member to share some aspect of his or her growth during the completion of project. I request my target speaker Pranav Pothan a very good luck from my bottom of my heart. All the best, Pranav. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Devayani.
Thank you. Toastmaster Nageshwaran, you've raised your hand. We'll get back to you after the pathbreaker speech lined up. Our pathbreaker for today is Toastmaster Pranav. He works as an analyst in a fintech company in Bangalore. His hobbies are reading and playing badminton. He loves being with people and sharing ideas and thoughts with them. He has joined Toastmaster for this very reason. Toastmaster Pranav, rediscovering myself. Rediscovering myself, Toastmaster Pranav.
When I embarked on my Toastmaster journey, the first question which came to my mind was, which path should I choose? After a lot of deliberation, I decided to choose the motivational strategy. But now the biggest challenge for me was not delivering a speech. It was writing a speech. For me, usually it would take around 6 days to write a speech. And I would be left with just 1 day to prepare for the speech. By the time I gave my speech, I would be totally unprepared. The speech would go haywire. But somehow, by God's grace, I would manage the speech. However, when I went to the second level, this problem became really adamant. Let me recount an experience which I had. It was my project on understanding my communication style. So I had gone to deliver this speech offline in front of a lot of people. It was going to be a really different experience, which I never realized. Because the moment I saw the people, I started feeling really bad. I did not know how to actually use my hand gestures or move about the stage. And finally, I saw a lot of people looking at me. And just like my usual speeches, I lost the body language or vocal variety or anything that is needed for a good speech. However, after that project, when I started delivering speeches online, I started feeling more comfortable with my poses. However, if I look at my level 1 and level 2 speeches, it gave me an opportunity to take up other roles, a role of an evaluator, a role of a table topic master. When I became an evaluator, I became really critical of somebody's speech, and somebody told me that I should not really be critical about that. I had to repeat that project. That was such a bad day for me. But when I repeated that, I realized that it actually helped me become a better evaluator. The next project of level 2 was actually becoming a table topic master. There, I had to test my active listening skills. Now, when I went to become a TTM in another club, the club was not having any life. I had to take out all my energy to make the club really active, really live. So I started engaging them in activities which would actually drive them back to some of the sweetest memories of their past. Now, after completing level 2, I understood that Toastmasters was not just about delivering a speech. It is about taking up more leadership roles, more evaluator roles. With that, I embarked on to level 3. Now, when I was in level 3, my only focus was not on the content, but the vocal variety or the delivery aspect of the speech. So, I decided to give a speech taking care of these factors. Now, I have an interesting experience to share what happened in level 3. One day, my mentor called and said, "Hi Pranav, how are you?" "I'm good, Dhwani." "Pranav, there are two projects in level 3 where you will have to take something which you have not taken before. I suggest you take engaging humor and also using presentation software." The moment I heard that I had to take up humor, I was really confused. I started referring to all the videos of the best humorous speakers in the world, Katani or KVM Kishore. Somehow I managed to write down the speech. And my only wish was that somehow I should convince the audience to at least smile. And I was happy that I was successful in that. Now, when I took the project of using presentation software, the challenge I faced was I had to engage the audience I had to keep track of the time. Because of lack of practice, I was not actually able to engage the audience very well within the time. I had to almost rush through the end of the speech. Now I go to level 4. When I reached level 4, it became a phase of inertia because the projects were really complicated. I had to take up more responsible or leadership role of conducting a meeting. I just consulted my mentor regarding this. She asked me to become the Toastmaster of the day to conduct a meeting for the Gabbys. I was really confused about it, but with her support, I created the group. I invited the role takers. I took the evaluation resource. I put a lot of messages in the group so that people would really engage with me in welcoming the meeting. The pre-meeting preparations went really well. But during the meeting, I faced an issue that when I was trying to organize the meeting very well, I couldn't focus on the theme. I lost the theme. But the meeting went very well. And believe me, more than the fact that I did the TMOD role very well, what made me happy was that the meeting went very well. I understood that I had more potential to take up a leadership role. Now, I embark onto level 5. Now, in level 5, the most challenging thing was that I had only 1 week to complete. Because just like level 4, I was in a state of inertia. The projects required a lot of team building activities. And after the team building activities, I had to deliver 2 speeches on that. Just when I was caught up with the inertia, my mentor came to my rescue. She said, Pranav, just pick up 4 people, form a team of them, and just delegate the task to them. Why don't you conduct a speech marathon with them, with all the members of Gabbys, using them as team members, and organize it in such a way that all the people get inspired by you. I thought about it and I decided I will go ahead with it. My team members who are all here, they were really passionate because the moment I said them, I delegated them tasks, Shrilakshmi, Karthik, Sourav, or Nancy, everybody, they were very quick and responsive. I felt really happy, but before the meeting happened, there was a big challenge which occurred. One day before the meeting, I just came to know that the evaluator and one speaker was backing out. I did not know what to do. I consulted with my team members, but seeing their enthusiasm, I felt really happy. I picked up the evaluator role. Even Karthik here, he said he would pick up the speaker role. Somehow we managed to find the speaker. We conducted the meeting. We entered the meeting hall 15 minutes earlier. But most of the time during the meeting, when it happened, we were just conversing in WhatsApp. Many of the members here, they were just enjoying the meeting, but we could not. And when the meeting ended, I heaved a sigh of relief. It was like going back to my school days when I had conducted my team building activities. In addition to that, I had also prepared a presentation and presented it to the people for another project, which was doing a project professionally. There, I could actually engage the audience very well through the whole process, although the time exceeded. Took me back to my college days, rediscovering myself. Toastmasters, when I started this path, The only thing which came to my mind was somehow I needed to speak better than today. But today, when I see all of you, being with all of you, I can understand that Toastmaster is not just about speaking. It is about taking more roles, more leadership roles. It actually expanded my horizon. And it wouldn't have been possible if it were not for my dear mentor, Devayani. I hope she is here. I would like to thank her for all the things she did to make my project easier. Whenever I had a difficult project, she actually made the path easier. Here, DTM Sourav Dutta, DTM Nancy Goel, and DTM Nagesh, who all set high ethical standards for me. And last but not the least, all of the members here. Let me tell you one thing, frankly, I'm not lying. When I was preparing for the humor speech, I had referred Karthik's video. He has a very good, amazing sense of humor. When I plan to deliver the pathbreaker, I had referred Nagesh sir and Neha Jain's video, the previous episode of which was there in the Gabbys YouTube channel. And when I try to be a table topic master or Toastmaster of the day, I actually referred a lot of insightful video from Toastmaster Lakshmi or Toastmaster Chitrachi, Toastmaster Aparna. New members Sanjana and Devayani, they also inspire me a lot. I learned everything from them and we learned together. Let me tell you, this path is not a single work of me. It is a group work. It is all because of you. I successfully completed the path. Thank you and over to you.
I request everyone to please give Toastmaster Pranav a standing ovation. Thank you. That was such a lovely way of telling us your journey, and you are truly an inspiration for all of us. Toastmaster Nageshwaran, actually, you could just come and tell us your first flight experience. I love the emojis you've added on chat. Toastmaster Nageshwaran. Final call, Toastmaster Nageshwaran Nagaraj. Oh, okay. I'll love to read out your flight experience then. My first flight travel experience is this. Got window seat to my surprise, but realized life surprises us on its own way. Window seat view, only to view flight wings. What I thought at the time, not a big deal. While returning, will book window seat. Without realizing, I will return after a couple of years as per job contract. My wish became a reality. After a couple of years, got the window seat. In flight, while returning back home with good view, this time through window seat. Thanks for the opportunity. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nageshwaran. I'm a big fan of the window seat too. Especially during sunsets or sunrises if I manage to stay awake, but sunsets, and it truly feels like heaven when I see the pretty colors of the sky up there. Now that I think about it, if you think that airports are only for flying, you would sorely be mistaken. I think airports all over the world are increasingly being designed in such a way to prompt travelers to spend more money. See, think about this. You're first asked to arrive at the airport 1 to 2 hours early, even though you've already done your web check-in. And once your hands are free of luggage, you are thrust into a huge area with shops and restaurants selling very overpriced products. The only thing I can afford in the airport is KFC. So in fact, I think airports are finding newer ways to make you spend more and more. There are airports that have cinema halls, ice skating rinks, and even a wedding chapel. Well, I wonder what it would look like in the next 40 years. I'm very excited. Well, with that, it's now time for the most exciting session, the table topic session. Please welcome with a big round of applause our table topic master for today. As a behavioral and leadership trainer, Toastmaster Lakshmi found her ikigai through her job with the Akshaya Patra Foundation. She facilitates training programs across India that upskills and motivates the frontline workers of her organization. And to upskill herself, her only place to go is Toastmasters. Over to you, Table Topic Master.
Hello and good evening to one and all present here. It is so amazing to be in this special group a meeting today where we had some wonderful officers who've been, who've taken up the role as of today. Congratulations to all the new officers. Before we go ahead, and for the benefit of the guests, the table topic session is basically conducted to improve your critical thinking, to help you organize your speech better, and of course, to get that 30 seconds elevator speech ready whenever you want to. However, for you to do all of this, it is important that you participate in every table topic session, or as much as table topic session as possible. So with this little agenda in place, or with this little introduction in place, I would like to go ahead and start the session for today. May I invite the first volunteer for this, please? And just to add on, again, for the benefit of the guests, your time limit is 1 minute to 2 minutes. So to get qualified into the voting alley, you will have to speak a minimum of 1 minute. And for the timer, at 1 minute, you may show the green card, 1.5 minute yellow card, and 2 minutes, the red card.
Yeah.
So who would like to volunteer first?
Lakshmi, can I nominate someone? I see a very special guest in the meeting today.
Absolutely, yes.
So the special guest is the president of one of the largest Toastmaster clubs of the country, the second oldest Toastmaster club, Bangalore Toastmaster Club. The president, Toastmaster Shashank Bhatt, is here. Toastmaster Shashank, would you mind taking a topic, please? Here is he.
Hi, thank you very much. I wasn't expecting this, but yeah, all right.
We expect the unexpected at the Gabbys. Yes. So, Toastmaster Shashank, here is your question. Are we ready? You will have to ask yourself a question related to airport and answer it as well.
Okay. If I have to ask a question to myself regarding airports, first, I would ask, as a younger version of myself, when we have a bus stand or a bus stop, the bus will come and stand there. But when we have an aeroplane or an airport, is that a port where ships come and stop? So why is it called an airport to begin with? Why isn't it air stand? And then I would answer, as the other version of me, saying that the bus stop, we call it because the bus comes there, a bus stand or bus stop, as we say, it comes and stops, or it stand, because it can't sit. That's why it's called a bus stand. Similarly, when we say an airport, it is not where it will come and sail or stop. It is just a resting place. So when we say, okay, I don't know what I'm saying here, but yeah, I would again continue with that answer, because that was a very silly question asked by me. So a silly question deserves a silly answer, hence that silly answer given. Over to the table topic master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shashank. You just lit up our evenings with that so-called silly question and the silly answer. I would say it was humorous. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shashank.
Pleasure.
May I now invite, or do we have any volunteers before I could invite someone? Yes, Toastmaster Jitendra. Are we ready? I'm just going to quickly share something.
Sure.
Just give me 1 second. Yes. Can you see the picture?
Yeah, I can see the picture.
Yes. So go ahead.
Have you ever wondered how plane take off? I'm sure you all have traveled in a plane, but you never realize that how it is taking off. How much force it is pushing from the top, at the same time, the thrust, what engines are, giving to the plane to fly. So there's always a drag and which pushes the plane further away. But at the same time, people who are sitting in a plane, it's an excitement to see the clouds formation in the sky, to see the airport and the surroundings from the top view, which usually you don't get it. So of course, it's an opportunity to have a different look and also introspect within yourself that how you see your life progressing. For me, whenever I travel, I always try to reflect that how things are progressing, how I can improve myself and take a flight in my own way. So that's it from my end, Lakshmi.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jitendra. In fact, every time we fly over Agra, I try to look out for Taj Mahal, and I have never found it so far. I hope I find it soon. Thank you so much. May I request Toastmaster Yajna Vij?
Yes,
I hope I got your name right.
Yes.
Yeah, wonderful. So here is your topic. Yes. What comes to your mind when you see this picture?
So airports are the place which have always intrigued me. I mean, when I look at an airport, the first thing which comes to my mind is not my airplane or my flight which I have to catch, but the long queues I have to stand in to get my boarding pass or to just check in or to get my luggage to that counter. It's just a hassle, always. But thanks to the web check-in now, we can actually just, log into it, do the process, get over it, and we don't even have to stand in long queues. However, I can share one experience in which I was just about to miss my flight standing in those long queues. It was my first flight with my friend without any adult supervision. It was just after my board exams, and I had to leave for Lucknow. For the first time, I was so excited. Okay, I'm going without my parents. I have no adult, accompanying me. I'll be living the time of my life, everything. I went there, stood in the queue, and I actually did not realize how late it was getting. And just after getting my luggage checked in and getting my boarding pass, I very casually went to the counter, ordered food, as Devayani said, from KFC, because that's the only thing I could afford at that airport. So I went to KFC, I ordered food. I was waiting for my food. I was just, chit-chatting with my friend, when all of a sudden we hear somebody calling out our name. It is Yajna Vij and Anika Pandey. Last call for Yajna Vij and Anika Pandey. That is when we realized, oh shit, this is the time we actually have to run. That was the time when I realized, oh shit, that's where we could have just missed our flight for a piece of chicken wing. So that long queue actually got me into trouble. However, I was at the airport on time, but no, that was a lifetime experience to remember. So that's the first thing which popped in my head when you showed me that image. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Yajna. In fact, yes, I'm glad that you didn't miss the flight. And when it comes to the cost of food in the airport, please avoid Terminal 2 at the Bangalore airport is all that I have to say. Okay, so I think we have our secretary, Toastmaster Sanjana, who has raised her hands. Would you like to go next?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So here's your question. I followed my heart and it.
I have been to the airport many times, but one such occasion when I would like to say this, that I followed my heart and it led me to the airport, was my flight to Varanasi when I was going to my college. So after I finished my board exams, I started preparing for JEE because I wanted to get into an IIT. And one of the main reasons that I wanted to go there was because I wanted to get out of the comfort zone that I had at home. So at home, whenever I want something, I'm just like, Mom, can you give me this? Or Dad, can you please give me this? And it's at my fingertips. I wanted to get out of this comfort zone and go to a place where I had to strive for myself. And of course, to a place where I could live with my friends and my parents wouldn't know if I would go for a night out. So I gave my JEE exam and I did get into an IIT. And it was very far from my house in the north of India in Varanasi. And I was so excited when I was going to catch my flight to my college. And I remember that moment, I was filled with joy, excitement, confusion for what life would be like next. And on my way to the airport, as I sailed my way to the airport towards a flight, I would be flying into the blue, unaware of how future would be. I said to myself, I am following my heart, and this is what takes me to the airport. Thank you. Back to you, TTM.
Wonderful Toastmaster, Sanjana, and you just brought back a lot of memories of a similar situation that I had a year back. Thank you for sharing such a wonderful experience in such beautiful words. Thank you so much. Next, may I call upon Toastmaster Shilpi? Is Toastmaster Shilpi here? Toastmaster Shilpi? Yes, I do see you here.
Hi, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, Shilpi, you're totally audible. Can I give you the next question? Can you take up the next one?
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Okay, wonderful. So here is the next one for you.
Okay.
So you can speak anything about this picture. You can speak about how you feel or something, just get descriptive about this picture, anything, whatever comes to your mind.
Okay, sure. Okay, so I just want to tell one anecdote. I was going from Bangalore to Delhi for one of my pageant thing. It's an international beauty pageant that I participated in 2019. So I'm not frequently travel or do something. It was the second time that I was going for the boarding a flight and all. So the process, I mean, the first time I just boarded the flight in 2016, and it was a long gap that I forgot all the rules and regulation. So I mean, how to do, where to check in and all. So 2 luggage I had, and it was very difficult for me to hold and to just go because I was a bit late. I had to reach the airport, 1 hour before, but I was a bit late. I mean to say 1 to 15 minutes late, I would say. Once I reached, I rushed there and I directly went into the, without checking and all, just I went into starting the stairs and to just dropping the bag and all. Then one officer stopped me and just told me, ma'am, what are you doing? This is the process. You have to go firstly there and just put your bag there and your web checking and all. Then through his help, I did everything. I mean, by God grace, otherwise that day I might be, I mean, not might be, surely I think I missed my flight. So this luggage and all, I mean, I terrified, and that was a, yeah. So from that onwards, I thought that was a learning for me. So whenever I go, I prepare my luggage very light so that it would help me to move, easily, and to read everything, the rules and regulation, to follow everything. So yeah, this is my story.
Wonderfully said, Toastmaster Shilpi. Thank you so much for sharing this with us.
Thank you.
It's so good to know that we have a pageant participant with us here today. Wonderful. Yes. So TMOD, Toastmaster Devayani, how much time do we have? Can I take 2 questions or 1?
I think you can take 1 for now.
1? Okay, fine. So I'll take the last question. And
Toastmaster Lakshmi, you're on mute.
yeah, I'm sorry. I just put myself on mute. So I would like to invite Toastmaster Rohita and
Yes,
DTM Sourav Dutta on stage, please. Okay, so I'm going to show you a picture. And DTM Sourav Dutta, let me just show you this picture.
It must be something crazy, I'm sure. I see that wicked smile on your face and it's scary.
It's payback times, DTM Sourav Dutta. So do you see this picture here? Yes. Toastmaster Rohita, we know you were a crew member and an awesome crew member, but today you're going to play the role of the passenger. An annoyed passenger, totally annoyed passenger. And DTM Sourav Dutta is going to be our cabin crew. So let's see what's going to happen. Can we spotlight both of them, please?
You're in the aircraft, is it?
You are in the aircraft and you are the passenger, a very annoyed passenger. Okay. And DTM Sourav Dutta is the crew member. So you are all seated up.
Before we start?
The time is going to be the same, 2.5.
Total?
I'm sorry?
Total for 4 minutes because there are 2 speakers?
Yes, you can have it for 4 minutes. Yes.
Excuse me, I had requested for a window seat, but you've given me a center seat. This is not done. What's your name? I want to complain. What's your name?
Ma'am, may I have a look at your boarding pass, please?
That doesn't matter because I know my A, B, C, D, D, E, F and all. I had very specifically asked for a window seat. Such a money-making racket these airlines are now, just taking money. I'm not going to move from the window seat.
Ma'am, may I have a boarding pass, please? I insist.
Yes, here it is.
Thank you. Ma'am, unfortunately, you have been given an aisle seat. And as you can see, the flight is booked. It's fully booked. So we would not be able to accommodate your request for a window seat, ma'am. I'm so sorry about this.
Oh, that's terrible. And your flight was delayed. Please, can you ask the pilot to fly a little faster? Because I'll miss my connecting flight.
Sure, ma'am. We'll pass that message on to her. Anything else?
Because, there must be gear, no? Is there gear in the plane? Like how we put 4th gear and all like that? If we can just change the gear.
Unfortunately,
we can go faster.
Unfortunately, I am not good at flying, so I will not be able to answer that question. But I'll surely pass on your feedback to the pilot. Ma'am, can you please take your seat because we'll about to get started. Can you please?
This man who's next to me, I don't want to sit next to him. Can you change this man who is next to me? You change his seat.
Please take your seat and put on your seat belt. Fasten your seat belts. We're about to take off. Please, ma'am.
No, you change his seat. You can move him somewhere else.
Ma'am, we will attend to you after the flight is in the air. Right now, we are about to take off and you may
No, this is your job. You have to do it. You have to do it. And sure, why have you've given me a vegetarian meal? I'm non-vegetarian.
You have not served the food yet. What you have.
No, but You gave me one pre-packed meal on my seat and it says vegetarian, but I've paid for non-vegetarian.
Ma'am,
In
it may
flight, I
be-
eat only chicken.
Sure, ma'am. I will keep that in mind when people will be serving. I'll ask my colleague to help you with that. Right now, the food that you have in front
Please
of you
give
is
me a feedback form. I want to write your name and I want to complain.
everything will be
Give me
provided
a
to you
feedback.
once you take your seat, once we are able to take off. If you please understand, you're delaying the takeoff. Can you please sit down and fasten your seatbelt?
Okay, fine. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you for your cooperation.
I think Toastmaster Rohita has been very empathetic towards the cabin crew because of her experiences, past experience. A very sweet passenger to have on board. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rohita and distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta. With that, we come to the...
Lakshmi,
yes,
that was very entertaining. We have time for one more. We are making time for you to be the table topic master today.
Okay. Thank you so much. So here's the last question that I have for the day. Anyone who would like to take that?
Pranav was raising his hand.
Yes, I see Toastmaster Pranav raising his hands, but you know, as the protocol or being empathetic, we try to give opportunity to people who've not got a chance to speak. So in case there's someone who would like to take before the takeoff, or the slot is going to go to Toastmaster Pranav. Okay, Toastmaster Sucheta P, would you like to take up? Toastmaster Sucheta? Toastmaster Dev? Toastmaster Dev? Okay, Toastmaster Prabha. Thank you, Toastmaster Prabha. So here's your question. Just wait for it. Here you go.
Okay. So whenever I see these signs on airport, I get confused. Like I'm going to take a flight which is departure one, but I'm seeing arrival also. So I get confused, but I just simply see the queues over there and I just follow them and get inside. So that's what it is to me. That image brings this this small story.
Would you like to add a little more to that?
I can speak about my first flight experience. So this was confusing at that time, and the more confusing at that time when I was taking flight to Goa with my friends from college, and that was my first experience also. And before taking the flight, we went to a hotel which was next to the airport, and we were having the dinner, and we were going to take the flight. So when we were leaving from the hotel, there was this glass door which we were supposed to open. I went there first, and I thought like that glass will slide sideways and I'll just go out, but that didn't happen. I bumped my head onto that glass door, and I got a bump on my head, and my friends took the picture, and I have that picture still with me. And I was going Goa with that bump, where I was going to enjoy more of Goa, and you know what Goa is for people. So yeah, that was funny experience for me about the airport and first flight experience. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Prabha. I hope that bump didn't spoil the Goa pictures for you.
Not at all.
Okay. As a small gift from the Gabbys to Toastmaster Pranav for completing his pathbreaker or for attempting his pathbreaker today. Can we give him the last topic? Because he's been raising his hands for quite some time. Okay, so Toastmaster Pranav.
Yeah.
Here is
Hello?
your gift. Here is your gift from the Gabbys to you for completing your, or, for attempting your pathbreaker. This is your topic.
Flying is not just a mode, this one, right?
Yes, flying is not just a mode of transportation, it's a way of life.
Let me tell you one thing. Past 5 months, flying is not just a mode of transportation for me. It has become a part of my life. Would you believe if I say that every month, every week, or at least once in 2 weeks, I will be flying? Now guess where I would be flying. Any idea? Anybody here want to tell? Any guesses?
You said you go visit your wife in the weekends.
Yeah, that is one reason.
Giving
The second-
speeches?
No, yeah, you can say that somewhat, giving impromptu speeches. But one thing which I visit home is for seeing my wife. Yeah, that is one reason. The second reason is to see my parents. Now you would be wondering why I would be telling 2 reasons. Because my wife would be staying with my parents, right? Now the thing is that my parents staying in a village, but my wife is working somewhere far away. So every 2 weeks, my way of life is juggling between these 2 places. But let me ask you one question. If you had this way of life, would anybody here be enjoying? Would you enjoy it? Or would you like it or would you not like it? Well, let me tell you my experience. I would say that I like this way of life. Now you will be thinking, why? Because when I stay in one place for a long time, I feel really bored. But when I visit my parents one day, 1 week, then maybe my wife another week, there is always a change of mind for me, a change of experience because I visit different places. And then another week, my wife would come and stay with my parents. But sometimes I feel that maybe there are some compromises I have to make. But let me tell you, without compromises is their life. Thank you, and over to you.
Wonderful take on that topic, Toastmaster Pranav. Thank you so much. And I can totally relate to this travel experiences because I've been doing this now for a year now. So thank you so much for sharing this with us. With that, Toastmasters, dear guests, my duty as the Toastmaster of the, as the table topic master comes to an end here. And I really enjoyed the take that each one of you had on the topics. Very creative, your own experiences, and a lot of laughter. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, table topic master Toastmaster Lakshmi. Everyone, please give her an applause. That was so entertaining. So I am a huge wanderer. I love a job to be a nomad or a traveler, and I'm someone who's motivated by wanderlust. But I also love trivia. So I combined both of this, and I have a quiz for you on some airport/airplane. I can see that. Oh, just please vote for the best table topic speaker. Yeah, thank you. So
I think this is the old names.
Yeah,
I don't think this is the right one.
Toastmaster, I think Karthik.
Well, has to be edited, Karthik. Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe we can do it later.
Yeah, so I combined my love for airports and airplanes with my love for trivia. I can see that Toastmaster Karthik is getting all excited. I've noticed that he loves quizzes too. So I have a few questions. Just wait for me to finish the entire questions, and you can just unmute and answer. Okay, first one. Where is Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose International Airport located?
Kolkata.
Kolkata.
Toastmaster Samita, are you also a Bengali?
Yeah.
Oh, no wonder both the Bengalis just pounced on the question.
There are 3 bongs in the house. One was smiling, the other 2 gave the answers.
Love that, love that. Okay, now second is I visited this airport and I fell in love. Which is the most beautiful airport in the world?
Singapore?
What is it called?
Changi.
Changi International Airport.
Yeah, it's called the Changi Airport in Singapore, and it is so beautiful. That is the airport which actually has a movie theater in it. And I'm pretty sure I went there, I think 5 years ago. I'm pretty sure a lot of things have changed from then. Just, I feel you can actually spend an entire day just in the airport. Okay, third one, it's a kind of a nod to Toastmaster Rohita's service with this particular country's airline. I feel like I've already given the clue away. Where is the Hamad International Airport located?
Which airport? Can you repeat it?
Hamad, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it rightly.
Hamad International Airport.
Yeah. Hamad
Israel.
International Airport.
Tel Aviv. Tel Aviv.
No, this is
Can you spell it?
this is the capital of one of the airlines Toastmaster Rohita worked for. If anyone
Doha. Is it Doha?
Yeah, it's Doha. Yeah. Okay, the next one, which is the world's first airport. Where is it located?
Sri Lanka.
No.
I thought
World's
Hamad
first
landed there.
airport. Which city is it located in?
Something in US?
Seattle.
No, Europe. I'll tell you at least the geography. It's in Europe.
Europe.
It's actually located. It was in London. The first airport ever was in London. Yeah. Does anyone know what the airport at London is called?
Is it Heathrow? I'm not sure.
It's London actually. Does anyone know what the airport in London is called? No? It's called the Heathrow International Airport. Heathrow. Yeah. Okay, finally, I have an Indian question kind of. Which Indian city has the code COC? Toastmaster Lakshmi, is your skill answering? please let them join in too. Which Indian city has the code COC?
Cochin.
Yeah, Toastmaster Samita, you're right. No wonder you're a
Isn't that COK?
No, it's actually COC, I think. Also, I love that Toastmaster Nagesh has put that Sri Lanka, and he actually answered Sri Lanka having the first ever airport because Hanuman landed. You're very funny, Toastmaster Nagesh. Like I just well, that's it from me and this little tiny trivia. Now I call upon the general evaluator for today, Toastmaster Sourav. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Devayani. So let me first, so the way I'll do it is so that you don't have to listen to a long monologue from the general evaluator, which is really disturbing at this time of the day. What I will do is I'll probably break it into parts. I'll give a little bit of my feedback, then I'll invite the speech evaluator, then I'll invite a little bit of feedback, and then I'll invite the target team, and then I'll sum it up. Is that okay with everyone? It has to be okay because I'm the general evaluator. Thank you so much. So let me start with the meeting. The meeting started right on time and it was opened by Pranav. Pranav, can you please come on the camera? Pranav, everything about you I like. Your discipline, your diligence. You are one of the most diligent people that I have seen as an essay. So great job with that. You and Chaitanya are absolutely rock stars, and you're actually killing it every single week, every single meeting. The only thing that I would want from you, Pranav, is a little bit of a high level of energy. Maybe you can borrow some from Sanjana. She has some to give away. So, probably a little bit of exchange here and there, a barter will work. So take some from Sanjana and bring your energy up a little bit because the essay starts the meeting. And remember, Tuesday 7:30 is a time when a lot of people are like coming back from work. So the affective filters are very high. The energy level is slightly dipping. So there, the level of the energy of the essay really helps. One of the things that you can try, and I've seen some of the people trying this, is try doing a joke, right? a nice one. Don't do a PJ because that may actually backfire. If you're able to do a nice joke or something, then people may really open up. So think of it. You don't have to necessarily go with the standard essay script all the time. Make some changes, make some innovation, make people stand up, switch on their camera, play some games, do something, think of something, right? So just do that. Okay, there is no evaluation I can do for the presiding officer. That will be totally narcissist. And I'll move on to the installation officer. Distinguished Toastmaster Nagesh Ramamurthy. I don't know if Nagesh is still here. Yeah, he is. I can see his background. Yeah, and here I can see him. Thank you so much, DTM Nagesh, for doing the installation. Impeccable. No misses here and there. I think everything was bang on. I think the only thing it would have been, the only suggestion I can give is, because this is a new club and these are new officers, so they're not aware of having a pen, right? So once we started off the installation ceremony, then I could see people running helter-skelter, I could see Pranav holding something invisible and posing it as a pen, and Sanjana just disappeared. And I was unsure whether she was to come back. So let's not have these kind of suspenses. We're going to probably brief them in advance that you may need to carry a pen. Though it is surprising that people don't have pens at their work desk. That's a new learning for us. So, but great job with the installation ceremony, DTM Nagesh. Thank you so much for doing this. And thank you all the officers. I think you were impeccable in the way you were there. Everyone decked up properly, everyone dressed properly, no one coming with a round neck t-shirt with a graffiti written on that. So I think those are the important things that we need to take care of. Though the best dressed officers prize will definitely go to Toastmaster Hartik Venugopal. Just that, Hartik, I would want you to look at us instead of looking somewhere else. I don't know where you're looking at, but yeah, it's a little it's a little disturbing for us that what is wrong with us? Why are you not looking? Yeah, now see that beautiful smile. Yeah, thank you so much. So moving on, can we have a big round of applause for our installation officer and all the officers of the Gabbys Online Toastmasters. Moving on, the presiding officer, Neha. Neha was having some beautiful message. Neha, it's not easy for you to give opening presiding officer's address as the club president. I think you becoming the club president, everything happened so suddenly. I think, it takes a little bit more time even to get an offer letter. You got your offer letter probably faster than that, right? As the president of the Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club. And you have stepped so well in the role. Your presidential address was really good. Just try to add a little bit of personal experience to it in terms of the learnings. I think you had some good personal experiences, but those were more like stories. Remember, as a presiding officer, your opening has to be an inspirational opening. So think of an inspirational opening, and that will be something that we would be looking forward to from the next meeting. But as the first meeting, right after installation, great job. And that's not Yajna. Okay, there's some impersonation going on there. Okay, so thank you, Neha. Great job with this. Yeah, the network played up a little bit, but that's totally okay. That's not in your control. Moving on, Toastmaster of the day, Devayani. What a show, what a show. Seriously, and I loved it. And what I loved, when I feel that a Toastmaster of the day is doing a good job is when people would want to speak. And today, if you see, when you were sharing, when you asked people to share the stories of a first time, everyone's hand was up. I was a little scared that at one point of time, maybe 30 people will have their hands up. And are you going to invite all of them because you were looking in that mood? So, 30 people into 30 seconds is also 15 minutes, which is going to totally kill the agenda. But then again, I think better sense prevailed and you decided to, come back to them a little later. Beautifully constructed, given everyone the opportunity to speak, then took back it, then again give them the opportunity to speak. The best TMOD is the one who doesn't look for the limelight. Doesn't think that he or she is the showstopper, and you never thought of yourself as a showstopper. You played the role of a facilitator. Great job with that, and I really, really love it, the way you did it. Your energy, very high, participation, enthusiasm, involvement, inclusion, everything bang on. Great job, Devayani. Nothing to add in terms of the role of a Toastmaster today. Now, yeah, so now we have got Yajna and Chitrakshi. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So though Yajna is fading in the background at times, yeah, now, yeah, this is very good. This is all good. And we also have Junior Lakshmi with us today. Hello, how are you? Okay, so
I'm good.
Yeah, what is your name?
Dhriti.
Dhriti. Thank you, Dhriti, for joining us. So this is a future Toastmaster that we got just introduced to. Thank you, Diti. With this, let me now invite the speech evaluator for the pathbreaker speech, Toastmaster Shrilakshmi Hegde, evaluating our pathbreaker speaker, Toastmaster Pranav Pothan. Over to you, Toastmaster Shrilakshmi. Timer 2 to 3 minutes on the cards, please.
Congratulations, my target speaker, Pranav Pothan, for delivering a successful pathbreaker speech. What an inspiration. Here, everyone, we are lucky to hear your pathbreaker speech. What an inspiration journey, very, very inspiring journey. You told about how you started your Toastmaster journey. In the beginning, you felt you find it difficult to write your speech. You took 4 to 5 days to write a single speech. Then you told about how you improved in Toastmasters. And in level 2, you understood about your communication style, which faced challenges about delivering speech there. And another thing you told about while delivering your table topic project, you told that for active listening project, you told that there is no energy in that meeting. You brought energy in that meeting. You are a very energetic person, I can say that. And you told that how different roles helped you become better in all the roles, all the aspects, whether it's evaluator, speaker, table topic master. And coming to now level 4 project, you told you did active listening. After active listening, you told you took TMOD role, how to managing online meetings project. You realized that you told that you realized that you had a good leadership qualities, leadership skills while doing that project. And I know how diligently hard you worked for that project. I know how keenly you worked from that, how hardly you work for that project. And another project, your level 5 project for high performance leadership project. I was part of that project. I was your team. I can say that you have a good leadership qualities. You work at last moment also. We both face challenges. You as a leader, we are working under you. Some members, speakers dropped out, some evaluators dropped out. At last moment, we had changes also. You said you explained your entire journey from level 1 to level 5. It was a great inspiration for us, for everyone here in this speech. But you have all the qualities of all the leader, evaluator, speaker. You have all the good qualities. But one thing I felt it have been more impactful from level 1 to level 5, how it would have helped in your personal life, professional life, being a speaker, being a leader, how it helped you, how you gained confidence. These kind of things helped in your personal life or professional life. It had been more impactful. You would have loved, it had been more inspiring for us. It had been more, your speech had been more impactful. Overall, it's a great speech. And congratulations for delivering a pathbreaker speech. Looking forward for hearing your more speeches. Congratulations once again. Over to you, GE.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shrilakshmi. So Pranav, absolutely loved the fact that you did not steal the credit of the path. What I really loved about that last line which you said towards the end, that this wasn't my journey, this was our journey. All of us traveled this together. We often feel that this is my Toastmaster journey, and I think the Gabbys is proof enough that my is never good enough. It's always us. So I think the strength of this club, the strength of you lies in being us. And I think you brought it out beautifully. And I'm not saying this because you mentioned me in this, you mentioned everyone else as well. So very good job with this. Ubuntu, absolutely. Ubuntu, we are because you are. So I think you brought that out very beautifully. Again, I would say energy, passion has to come out. Ethos, logos, pathos. We have completed a path. You realize this. You have completed a path. I know many Toastmasters who have spent 4 years, 5 years, and then yet to complete a path. And you have completed a path in what, a few months, 4 months, 5 months. That's a big achievement, dude. Celebrate it. Bring that energy out. Bring that passion out. I understand you're a part of a club where every other week you see a pathbreaker. That doesn't mean that you will take anything away from your achievement. that is something that you still need to celebrate, and you have to celebrate, right? So that celebration should come out in your voice first. Why isn't that excitement coming across? Because I know you are excited. The amount of involvement you have, that cannot happen without that high level of enthusiasm, right? So that is the only thing I would request you. Work with your mentor. I know your mentor is there on the call. So she will definitely, and she is again a bundle of energy and enthusiasm. So yeah, so if Sanjana is in a different city, you can borrow from, okay, Dhwani is also in a different city, but you can definitely get some from Dhwani as well. She has also very high levels of energy. So get some tips from her, how to become more energetic on the screen. Coming to Shrilakshmi, Shrilakshmi, one thing I really loved about your evaluation, you did not limit it to the project, the speech alone. You actually brought in some aspect of your previous experience of working with the speaker, and you remembered it at the right moment. And that is something which gives the speaker the confidence that this evaluator is invested in me. Thank you for doing that. That means a lot to a speaker. Now, coming to things that you could have done better. So first of all, almost 2 minutes of your evaluation was a summary of what the speaker said. And I always say, avoid the summary trap. You are doing a gross injustice to yourself and the audience, and most importantly, the speaker, if you are just repeating what the speaker just said. We were there. We heard him. So why are you again repeating the same things? You said this, you said this, you said this, you said this. We heard it, right? So how do you avoid the summary trap? Use the why. Why did you say and what impact did it make, instead of saying what did you say? And that will make it much more beneficial for the speaker. Secondly, when you're giving the recommendation, look at the project objectives very clearly. This project is what? This project is a celebration. It's more like a reminiscence of what you have done through the entire path. So this is a very personal project. I would, unless it's something really earth-shattering, breaking down, I would not comment on the content of the project for such a project. I would probably, even if I mean, in terms of inclusion, including something, right? Like, for example, you should have included that. Remember, this is his story, and he wanted to share about the learnings from his perspective. What you could have instead talked about is how he could have brought out the learnings better, right? Instead of saying that you should not have shared these learnings, you should have brought in this learning. It's like telling someone, you should be having Chinese and not Mediterranean, right? That's a personal choice. So you have to respect that, right? So that's my only recommendation for you. Brilliant job. Thank you so much. Can we have a big round of applause for the speaker and the evaluator, please? Thank you. Moving on, and before passing on to the tag team, the very vibrant Toastmaster of the table topic master of today, Toastmaster Lakshmi Sujata. Thank you so much. Today is a day of comebacks. We have got, Lakshmi is one of the best TTMs that we have had in the club. And if you see today, Gabbys going from strength to strength. In the early days, it was Lakshmi as the TTM, Rohita as the Grammarian, Akanksha as the joke master, Aparna as the evaluator. That was the golden days of the Gabbys, right? I'm not saying it's silver now. It's probably diamond or platinum, but I think definitely that was some time when we had some of the most powerful role takers. And today Lakshmi saw you what she can do. And you were amazing, Lakshmi, because not because you gave out very good topics, but the way you encouraged people. And I'll give one specific example. When Prabha was kind of getting started, and we have got new Toastmasters, Prabha and Shilpi. There's good speakers all around. Sometimes can be daunting for new Toastmasters. You encourage them so well. You told Prabha, can you add something to this? Can you add something to this? Great job with that, Lakshmi. Just one thing, Lakshmi, I always say this, always start a table topic session, giving them a reason why they should be a part of impromptu speaking. Why is it important? I know you have done this many times, so probably you would have assumed that people here already know, but as I said, like Shilpi is new, and then Prabha is new. So they can definitely benefit from you telling them that, impromptu speaking is not just table topics in Toastmasters, it's much beyond that. So that's the only thing. All the speakers, table topic speakers, great job. I will not evaluate you individually now, but if you want my evaluation, I've listened to all of you carefully, so you can get in touch with me. I would be happy to share my 2 cents on what I felt went well and what could have been better. Now, moving on to the 3 members of my tag team, Toastmaster Samita, any disqualifications on time, please?
No, there is no disqualification because only evaluator Shrilakshmi has taken 3 minutes 20 seconds. But the thing is that 30 seconds we give. So
Is the grace period.
no disqualification.
Great. So everyone is qualified on time. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Samita. The role of a timer is so important, needs a lot of listening and attentiveness to play the role of a timer. Thank you. Can we have a big round of applause for Toastmaster Samita for doing a great job as the timer? Thank you. Can we now have the R counter report, please? Toastmaster Vijaya Lakshmi.
Thank you, Toastmaster DTM Sourav Dutta. I will share my report. Yes, I think everyone can see the report. The most commonly used filler sound is "a" by every one of us. And also the most repetitive words, 2 words, which we have used during this meeting is "so" and "and." These are the 2 words which were used repeatedly by every one of us. And rest of the filler words which are used are in the report. So meanwhile, there is a small tip like how we can reduce the filler words or the crutch words while our speech. So we can eliminate our crutch words by incorporating the strategic pause in our speech. This will help us to give a dramatic impact to a sentence, and also it gives the audience time to absorb any new idea, and also it gives a time to transit to a new concept if there is anything. Yes, thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster DTM Sourav Dutta.
Thank you so much, Vijaya. And this is amazing. You know, I have always seen you someone who is always, very enthusiastic about completing paths and all. But this R counter report, this was brilliant. You have captured all the details. Just one request, and this is not as a general evaluator, but as a Toastmaster member. Please avoid embarrassing people like us who have this penchant for using R's and ums. We very liberally use it. We are like true liberals when it comes to uses of R's and ums. So when you see someone like us, have mercy on us and just mention, this gentleman used 5 or more, 5 plus or 10 plus, just leave it at that. If you list something like 94, that was not for me, by the way, but or you list something like 17, it kind of puts a big question mark. And closer to the renewal season, this can actually be a sword that cuts on both sides, right? So better to avoid. So, but yeah, just mask that and don't put that a total number. Maybe put this one. We can all total it later. But for now, you can just say, this person used maybe more than 5 or more than 10. Just leave it at that. And now the moment that I've been waiting for so eagerly since I joined this meeting, the Grammarians report by Toastmaster Rohita Balagopal.
Oh God, I hope I'm able to live up to your expectations. So firstly, please excuse me. I'm not going to share my screen. I was writing notes. I'm going to read it clearly, so each one of you is going to understand. So to start with the word of the day, I heard it was used twice. Please excuse me. It's the end of the day for me also. So I heard it from Toastmaster Devayani and our DTM Sourav that used the word wanderlust. Now you're coming to some enriched words that were used during the meeting today. Our speaker Pranav used words like deliberation, and he used adamant, critical, embarked, state of inertia, conversing, a sigh of relief, rediscovering myself. There was also exclamation from Yajna, who said, oh, something 2-3 times. There was an idiom used twice by Sanjana, who said that I followed my heart. So that's a very strong, beautiful idiom to use. There was an anecdote that was used by Shilpi Tiwari, who actually, when she started her table topic, she said, I'm going to use an anecdote. So that's when you use a little story, a short story. Juggling was used. Toastmaster Pranav does like asking a lot of rhetorical questions without compromising. Is there life? There was also, so coming to the figures of speech, I just love figures of speech. So we had the abstract noun life. Life surprises us. Where you give life to an abstract noun, that's a personification. Feels like heaven. That is comparing heaven and our feelings. So that's a simile. to expect the unexpected. That was used by our table topic master Lakshmi. That's a paradox. So when you use two opposite words and it's got an interesting feel to it, that's a paradox. A rhetorical question again by one of the table topic speakers, that how do planes take off? So he was not really asking or waiting for the answer, but that created effect with the rhetorical question. There was a rule 3 used by excitement, confusion, using 3-4 words to emphasize your point. Flying has become a way of life, again, metaphor. And the hypophora that was used by Pranav, that about his wife staying with his parents, what do you think? So is she there? So why is she there? So he asked the question and he answered the question also. So that was the interesting, the enriched words. Just a few improvements that I would like to add are, when we do transitions, we use conjunctions, from one step to another, words that help us to join. So however was
You're back, but you're on mute. Yeah, Rohita, you can continue. Okay, Rohita's audio is not connected. Rohita, your audio is not connected. I don't see your audio connected. It's okay, Rohita. What you can do is you can send the report on, if you can just send a report on chat, then we can use that if you're not able to connect your audio. I don't know if you can hear us. Okay, so I think you can't hear us. Toastmaster of the day, can you please mention it on chat?
Yeah, I'll do.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, so let's moving on. So great job with the tag team. Unfortunately, we could not hear full Rohita's report, so that gives us another reason to have her back as a grammarian in the next meeting. This part she didn't listen, and we'll ensure that the VP communicates to her. So with this, I will now hand over the brilliant meeting, everything done well, and I've already shared my comments. So back to you, Toastmaster of the day, Devayani.
Thank you so much. I hope we all take the evaluations and we work on it the next meeting. So since we're at the topic of airports, I'd like to make some recommendations for you on the subject. Do watch the movie The Terminal. It's actually based on real events. It's about a guy who lives in the New York airport due to some unique circumstances. Let me know if you do watch it. And being I feel a nomad, wanting a nomad lifestyle, I hope you all take that very impulsive flight to Ladakh and the airport at Leh and take in that breathtaking surroundings. And of course, most importantly, never ever trust that Uber to pick you up from the airport. They always cancel on you, which is sad. So I guess that's it from me today. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and members of the LGBTQ community, we have landed. The local time is 9:31. On behalf of the Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club and the entire crew, I'd like to thank you for joining us on this trip. We are looking forward to seeing you again on board in the near future. Have a nice day. Over to the presiding officer for today.
And that would be Neha Jain. Over to you, Neha.
That was an amazing session, Toastmaster Devayani. So yeah, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and members of the LGBTQ plus community. This was a fantastic meeting. Starting off with the installation ceremony, then we had an amazing pathbreaker speech, one of the finest table topic sessions, and our absolutely amazing, bubbly Toastmaster of the day, Devayani. Oh my God, truly an amazing session. So before we move on to the results, anybody from the audience would like to share your feedback with us about the meeting, about the session, please feel free to unmute and do so.
Just one thing to add, Neha. So we have shared the Google Form link in the chat to vote for all the role takers. So I request everybody to cast their vote for the best role taker. Thank you.
All right,
Have
that
two
was
guests,
my.
Neha, Dev, Parashar, and Sudharma, and Shashank Bhatt, three of them. And we have one new member, Shilpi.
All right, so let's start with our newest member, Toastmaster Shilpi. Would you like to share your experience about the meeting?
Yeah, sure.
We'd love to see you on camera though.
Is it actually I'm holding my baby, 3 months old baby.
Okay.
So that's why I'm unable to do that. So sorry for that.
No issues. Please go on.
Next, I'll do that. So first time I'm attending Toastmaster. I have heard about it a lot of time. So I think this 2.5 hour, what I felt, I did a right decision, I think, to choose Toastmaster, to be a part of Toastmaster. And I can see this 29 members are there. They're so brilliant in their area. And many congratulations to the officers. And I think I learned a lot from each one of you in each aspects. Once I, like, if the evaluators are there, and I mean the leadership that you're holding, so I guess I believe that I'll learn a lot and I'll improve myself a lot. I'm sure on that. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shilpi. We really wish and hope that we live up to your expectations. Yes, Toastmaster Dev or guest Dev, are you a Toastmaster? Are you a guest? Please introduce yourself and your experience about the session.
Hello everyone, I am Toastmaster and I recently joined Toastmaster Club from April. So I really like this meeting. This is my second time joining this meeting, and the last time I joined, I remember TMOD Devayani was speaker and giving her speech. It was really good. And this time, TMOD, it was fabulous. I was so excited to see the airport experience, and I myself haven't recently taken any flights, but the experience I have got, I will remember them and note them as point. And also the general evaluator saw that I am a huge fan of yours. I really heard many things about you from everyone. I really like you, and I will sure to connect this time with you and will take a evaluation from you. That's all, and I would like to join many more meetings and learn from you so that I can implement it on my club. Thank you, and over to you.
Thank you so much, Dev. Yes, absolutely. I agree with you. Devayani is a rock star and Sourav is absolutely amazing evaluator. So keep joining us back whenever you find the time to. I think we have Toastmaster Shashank, who is from BTMC, if I'm not wrong.
Hi, Toastmaster Neha. Thanks for the opportunity. I think it was a wonderful meeting as usual. I know it's a new club, but as you say, one Gabbys, two clubs. So still in the same family. It was a wonderful meeting, no doubt about that. And it's always a pleasure coming back to Gabbys. I think the last time I had joined the meeting was probably I was a G and you were the TMOD, if I'm not wrong. I think that was
I remember that meeting.
interaction, yes. And our last physical interaction was at the area level contest where we did a brilliant job. Area and division level contest. But having said that, there's always something new that we can learn as a member or as a guest when we attend the Gabbys meetings. And today I have learned a couple of good points for myself, which I can implement in my future as well. It's always a nice learning experience coming to the Gabbys. So I look forward to attending many more meetings in the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shashank. And something about Shashank, he is an amazing contest master too, and a very critical evaluator that I've seen by far. Sudharma, can we have your opinion about the meeting?
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Actually, today evening I got this link, and just now after coming from work, I am in Sri Lanka actually.
Then I just got the link and I joined this meeting, cancelling all my other works, and I want to get this experience. That's why then I thought I made good investment of my time to attend in this meeting. First of all, I saw that our general evaluator, Mr. DTM Sourav, I attended the Voice Your Dream Toastmaster Club, and I saw him that day. Then first I got very comfortable when I am joining, because this is unknown Toastmaster Club, but I joined, and then I saw that Toastmaster Chitra, I think I joined some her workshop also. Then I got more familiar. Then I decided to join every week to get more experience. Thank you, Toastmaster Neha.
Thank you so much, Dharma. Keep joining us whenever you find the time to. And it's Gabby's tradition to never finish on time, so that we're going to follow that today as well. And without any delay, let's move on to the results for today. Are we excited? One last time, can I see everyone on the camera? Are we excited for the results? Come on, everybody. It was a fabulous meeting. Amazing. All right, so the best auxiliary role taker. Any guesses? Come on, shout out names. You can unmute yourself and shout out now, no problem. Any guesses for the best auxiliary role taker?
Rohita.
Oh my God, that's absolutely right. It's Toastmaster Rohita. The best auxiliary role taker is our grammarian for the day. Let's give a huge round of applause for her. Now, moving on. Best table topic speaker.
Toastmaster Pranav.
Okay. That's how we get to know you voted for Pranav. Okay, what you were saying something, Devayani?
Toastmaster Sanjana.
Sanjana, okay.
DTM Sourav.
DTM Sourav. Any more guesses?
Sanjana or Sourav?
Sanjana or Sourav. Okay, so it's Toastmaster Yajna Vij. She's our best table topic speaker for today. I just saw her on camera a while back.
Neha, hi Neha, this is Dhwani. Sorry to interrupt. Also, Toastmaster there's a tie between Yajna and Toastmaster Shashank for the best table topic speaker.
Okay, thanks for that update, Dhwani. Yes, it's Yajna and Shashank. Okay, let's give a huge round of applause to both of them. And now, the best role taker for today. It was a tough fight. Oh my God. We have one of the best evaluators Toastmasters has seen, distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta, and our super bubbly and energetic Toastmaster Devayani. A face-off between the two. And our table topic master, Toastmaster Shrilakshmi Sujata. A face-off between the three, actually.
It was so difficult deciding. I wish the question type was checkboxes. It's tie between all three role takers.
All three amazing role takers, I'd say. Guesses?
DTM.
DTM. You say that because...
DTM.
Okay.
Table topic master.
Cabin crew for the day. The captain for the day, actually. The captain for the day.
The captain who, just...
I can say I voted for Devayani.
Okay.
Me too.
Yeah.
Okay. Samita, what's your guess?
Devayani.
It's undoubtedly our Toastmaster of the day, Devayani. Let's give a huge round of applause for her. All right. So that's been the results. And thank you so much, everyone, for taking time out and attending this meeting. Thank you, one and all. Keep joining us back whenever you find the time to, and let's stay connected. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Nagesh, I think Neha wanted to connect you and me.
So I'll stay back.
Should
Yes,
we stay
Nagesh,
back
sir.
here or yeah,
We'll
probably
stay back here.
Okay, we'll stay back here.
Yeah, we'll stop the recording. It's already stopped. Okay.
Sir,
Thanks.
can I drop